What's going on, everyone? It has been a while since I've last vlogged. I feel like every time I vlog I say this. But it's your girl Z, and I'm in my apartment coming to you live and direct from Michigan. And, you know me, moving in faith. You see these suspenders? This is my new thing. I'm loving the suspenders. You can't see it because of the glare, but got my Detroit hat on, got my Detroit earrings on because I love the D. Z is always up in the D. And that's just me, and that's the way it's going to be. But today I'm here to talk about relationships. Yes, I'm not in one, and haven't been in one for a little bit now. But I am always the advisor. I'm always kind of a counselor. And I just see a lot of things. So it's about to be my opinion onto some things that are going on. I'm just coming in from outside, and there's this guy and this girl like going at it in the car. I'm talking about yelling and screaming, and I ain't seen no hitting yet, but I was like, let me go upstairs because, I'm not trying to be in anybody's business. But I have to say, I know we make each other mad because the people that you love the most are the people that have the access to hurt you the most. Because you don't expect it, you don't anticipate it, and it's all bad. But even though it's easier said than done, at the end of the day, it's all love. Like, I'm telling you, like, there are times in my life when I was in relationships that, I regret getting possibly so angry and feeling so upset. And if you could just sit down and try to hear the other person out and see eye to eye, it makes all the more difference. Try not to go to sleep angry with your partner or your friend or whomever it is. Like, have a conversation, communicate, and it's not always a bad idea to have a third person help in the scenario, somebody that's going to give you a mutual perspective, because when you're angry and you think you're right, you're not trying to hear anybody else, and that's just a fact, because you think you're right, so the person that you're arguing with, you think they're wrong. No matter what they say, you're always going to feel like that. And some of us know that even if we feel like they're right and we know that they're right, pride in itself keeps us from acknowledging that. But man, like, I've seen a lot of little arguments here and there and a lot of things going on, and it's just happening on a regular basis. But we've got to remember the love. If you are doing everything in your power to make your friend, family, significant other happy, you're not going to argue. But when it's less about me and it's more about you, when you're in a joint relationship, that's when things flourish and that's when things are good. Because if I'm constantly serving you and you're constantly serving me, then we don't have this bicker in between. If anything, we should be fighting because I want to help you more than you want to help me. That's not always the case. Obviously, I know that we're in the real world. Things happen and mistakes take place, and it's tough. It's definitely tough. But the hardcore screaming and yelling and getting upset and just letting all sorts of everybody hear and see your business is just not healthy. It's not a good look. If you are arguing every day with someone, I almost feel like that's a sign that you're not supposed to be with them, because it's not supposed to be that crazy. It's not supposed to be that difficult. It's just not supposed to be. You're going to have issues. You're definitely going to have issues, but it's not supposed to be to the point where you're trying to hurt one another, get mad at one another, argue and screaming, and everybody knows that it's just like you have problems. If it's at that point, then you really need to consider if that's the person that you're supposed to be with. And if it's at that point and you're married, because I definitely believe if you're married, you stay together, you work through it. And if that's the case, then you go to counseling. There is nothing wrong with counseling. Counseling is there to help. And honestly, at the end of the day, you all know, Team Jesus, pray about it. Talk to him about it, because there must be a reason why you said, I want to marry you. There must be a reason why you said, I do. And there's nothing more stronger, more sacred than vows. There's nothing more beautiful and just precious than marriage. And when you get to that point, it's supposed to be, this is forever. This is forever. At least I know that when I get there, I want it to be forever. Like, I want to be able to give and to love and to know that the person that I'm with that feels the same way about me. And that's what we all should want and we all should perceive. So remember, think back to those good times, because those are the times that caused you to get to this point. And sometimes we get so caught up in life and things that we forget. We forget that those times ever existed. Take a step back and look, man, he's fine, or man, she's beautiful. Like, look at your children, if you have children, and say, like, we produce something so amazing together, because the work you do together is beautiful. And don't ever let that go. Don't ever forget about that, because you're together for a reason. And this is not just even a relationship, significant other, marriage standpoint. It's a friendship. It's family. Think back to those moments where things were good and great, and find a way to work towards making those things happen again. I'm going through some things with my own family, and I've had experiences where I've gone through things with friendships and stuff, but it's funny because at the end of the day, because there's really true love and joy deep down inside, people always find their way back. They always find their way back to each other, and it's such a beautiful thing. You learn to just, if not forget, you learn to forgive. You forgive and you move forward, you move on, because if you had some issues in the past, doesn't mean you're going to have issues in the future. But yes, trust is difficult. It's hard to trust somebody when your heart's been broken. But if you decide to take that step, you've got to do everything in your power to ensure that that person can start to trust you again. And if you're the person that hurt them, then you've got to understand it was difficult. You hurt them, so it's going to take time. It's going to take patience. You've got to do everything in your power to ensure that that person just feels like they could trust you again. But at the end of the day, it still comes back to this: I do for you, like I serve you, like I want to love and do for the other person. And if everybody in the world is constantly giving of themselves, loving on another, and trying to just be the best person they could be to help another, yeah, we wouldn't have no problems. None at all. But that's just my rant for today. And I feel like I need to share. And I love you guys. I really do. I really do. I've graduated. I start a new job tomorrow. And I'm still moving in faith. The website is up, www.movinginfaith.com. I'm not sure if you watched the Diamond League race in Shanghai, but Aileen Bailey had a season best, and she was rocking that Moving in Faith uniform. Yes, we do have Moving in Faith uniforms, so contact your girl Z if you're interested in getting one. Those are custom-made designs, but we will work it out and get it for you. We've got Chucks, we've got some new sneakers, Moving in Faith sneakers coming out. We've got so much, because God is good. He does nothing small, and because He's behind this movement, it's moving. And like I said, suspenders are my new thing. I love them. I love them. I think they just make every outfit like awesome. And I'm still rocking the Moving in Faith, because it's an all day, every day, in every way thing. Love you all, and that's it for today. So live, laugh, learn, love, and keep moving in faith. It's your girl Z, and I'm out.